Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, FS. Thank you very much for joining us on this session. In the morning section, we have seen a roadmap for development of the insurance industry. Let us now switch to the cornerstone for success, which boils down to the 4 enabling factors of connectivity, talent, data, and technology. So I'm going to, I hope I can ask 3 to 4 questions. Actually, I have spent a lot of time in thinking about these questions. What I want to do today is really let the industry get some good answers on our concerns and practical problem we are facing in Hong Kong. So the first one is definitely GBA. Everyone knows that the insurance industry is looking eagerly for post-COVID business development opportunity, and prospect of the GBA is high on our agenda. We all know that the GBA has a population over 80 million with the fastest accumulation of wealth and high growth of middle class in the mainland. There is a sizable demand for personal protection and wealth management products, as evident by the fact that we have sold 2 million policies to mainland Chinese visitors in the past few years. So apart from the establishment of after-sales service center and implementation of the unilateral recognition policy, progress on Insurance Connect is long waited by the industry. The industry has been asking for a monthly or progress quarterly report to be published to provide better transparency on negotiations conducted between Hong Kong and the mainland, not only on insurance issues, but all GBA single market initiatives and new business opportunities. These information are extremely important to stakeholders such as board of directors of local and group headquarters, shareholders, investors, and employees. So, FS, what is your comment on the potential of GBA? How can the government speed up the process of turning GBA into a single market? And do you endorse the idea of publishing a monthly or quarterly report on GBA development?
Yeah, thank you, KP. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Thank you for this welcome opportunity to meet you and to discuss issues that are of concern to the industry. Before I answer KP's question, perhaps I should also take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you and the industry for the unwavering support to Hong Kong in the past few years. We have gone through quite a difficult 3-year period, but during this period, I note that the insurance industry has been registering positive premium income growth, on average about 5% per annum. This is good. And in a way, reflecting that even in economic downturns, you can still do good work and achieve good success. GBA, naturally, is a very important market for us, and we are part of GBA indeed. You know, if we look at it from the country's perspective, it is a very important national strategy in the new era and in the new journey to achieve the second centenary targets set out by the central government. As KP mentioned, 86 million people, and according to a survey by the TDC, this is one of the most affluent regions in the whole country. And in this region, the middle class population is increasing also very fast. And the survey indicated that for the middle class, on average, they spend about 27% of their income on financial investments, including insurance. So you can tell this is a huge market. And from the government's perspective, of course, we want to be in one single market, meaning that in this market, free flow of capital, goods, information, and talents. But at the end of the day, this area is Hong Kong, Macau, and 9 cities on the mainland. The legal system are different, and we have 3 different customs. So a lot of hurdles need to be overcome. In the past few years, the government has been trying very hard to push for closer economic integration, if I may use that word, between Hong Kong and the mainland, in particular the GBA. But I would say for different industry, they have achieved different progress. On financial services, perhaps insurance is a little behind. There are different set of challenges that we are facing in order to push for the financial services industry in Hong Kong, making inroads on the mainland. I think a couple of points we have to bear in mind. Number one is that we need to demonstrate what we are proposing is indeed mutual benefit, and not just to our own benefit only. This is one point. The second point is they are also conscious about the possible competition from us. KP has mentioned over the years you have sold over 2 million insurance policies for people from the mainland. And you must have noticed that 2-3 years ago, it was blooming, and then all of a sudden slowed down. Number one is competition. Number two is their fear about outflow of their capital. So we have to progress this very, very carefully. I would say under the able leadership of Stephen and Clement, we have been having very positive dialogues with our counterparts on the mainland. And in order to negotiation opening up of the GBA, we need to talk to not just Guangdong, but also the central authorities. At the end of the day, the national policies are in the hands of people in Beijing. But on the other hand, even if we get their green light, it comes to jurisdictional competition. So that also leads me to the second part of your question, that is it advisable to publish the progress on GPA negotiations and development on a monthly or quarterly basis? I would say that may not be the best way forward. I think more informal dialogue, say for example, between the industry and IA, who is very open-minded, very welcoming, would be more effective. Because in our dealings with them, in the process of negotiation, unavoidably, it will be kind of back and forth. You need to convince the central authorities. You need to work out the details with the local authorities. If prematurely disclosing the progress, then that would be perhaps interpreted as, you guys are applying pressure on me. Huh? But that is not very conducive to a long-term cooperation. So I would say that from the government, we give full support to IA, and IA have been trying very hard together with the industry. We will continue to work hard and to push forward the further opening up and speedy opening up of the industry. We need your help, and we are one team. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, FS. I think you have pointed out a very important point. I think you are in a even high level, political level than me, because you just point out that if the other side feel that you are threatening them, it's definitely not a good move at all. So maybe my office should take up that job. I should try to find out all the information about the development of GBA, whether it's insurance or not, and then I put all this information to my constituent companies so that they are more happy. The second point is about the win-win situation, because you're absolutely right that we must let mainland know that what we are doing for single market GBA is good for both of us. So I was thinking that all the policies sold in Hong Kong, with all this money, all this asset, we can invest in mainland China so that the money actually flow back to China. And also, we actually giving a lot of protection to the middle class in China. If they cannot buy policy in Hong Kong, they probably will buy somewhere else, like Singapore or Asia or other countries. So when there's a need for wealth management in China, we really need to find a way to serve them. So Hong Kong is definitely the best place to do it. So as long as we can create a win-win situation, then I think we'll be successful. But anyway, thank you very much for your answer. The second one is also, we are also very concerned, is that the competitive edge of Hong Kong. So in the last few years, while Hong Kong has been handling our internal conflicts and problems, Singapore has been very focused in attracting talents and capital with very good results. I think it's time for Hong Kong to wake up. So the policy address has announced aggressive measures to attract talents, including tax concessions, immigration policy, as well as a case management system, which I like very much. They are really good at doing that. For example, if someone wants to invest in Singapore, they really have a case manager, just like our personal private banking service. You have an account manager. So I think this has been working really well. So we are actually copying this good thing from them. But at the end of the day, to me, I think capital, talent, and investment all converge in places with the best business environment and opportunities. So, Abbas, my question to you is, what is your plan to make Hong Kong the best place to do business?
Wow, tough. Well, yeah, Hong Kong is back. Yeah, don't lose confidence. Yes, indeed, we've gone through 3 difficult years, and looking back in the past decade, we wasted a lot of energy in terms of internal political struggling. The world is moving very fast, highly competitive. So what we are trying to do is, well, maybe perhaps when I mention about don't lose confidence, you can reflect upon the development since early November. After the FinTech Week, after the Financial Leaders Investment Forum, the Rugby 7, my personal observation is that the mood has been changing quite rapidly. Actually, in the past 4 weeks, I have met up with a lot of senior expatriate executives from global banks and other financial institutions. And many of them are going to have their board meetings in Hong Kong. Some of them have been held, some to be held in the coming months. So Hong Kong is still very attractive, but we have to further improve. We have to further improve our traditional advantage under the one country system is there. And our common law, independence, judiciary, free flow of capital, goods, talent, data are still there. But this nowadays may not be enough. That's why we have changed our governance philosophy. Actually, to the government is also a paradigm shift, I would say. Instead of laissez-faire, setting out all the traditional advantages and let people come, we are going to roll out very proactive measures, as you may have heard from the policy address, attracting enterprises, attracting talents, set up respective dedicated office, dedicated team, right? Even creation of a co-investment fund to the order of $30 billion, so that when we talk to this business, when we require them to make substantive commitment to Hong Kong, we put money where our mouth is. We can join you, make the investment, indicating our commitment. And for our overseas office, mainland offices, the ETOs, all have dedicated desks to proactively reach out to the target enterprises and the universities. So this is indeed a big move on the part of the government. But that is not enough. That is not enough. Actually, the entire government these days, we are action-oriented and we set up KPIs for ourselves. Everyone is working very hard. And in the process, we also reckon that we need to leverage upon the private sector's extensive network to tell the good Hong Kong story. So what we are planning to do, apart from attracting business, attracting talents, is that proactively reaching out, organizing business delegations to meet people in the target markets, to invite them to come over. Because when they come and they see Hong Kong for themselves, when they are able to compare notes and discuss with their business friends here, then they would have more understanding and a more comprehensive perspective of what is going on here. And that, in fact, inspired their confidence. And also, well, KP mentioned about Singapore. Good competition brings out the best in business. And then, look at Singapore and ourselves in terms of lifestyle, very different. We have real mountains. You can do hiking, right? Yeah, thank you. Let alone the new cultural facilities, the museums, and over 200 Michelin star restaurants. And you can also go to explore the street foods, right? Very different. So I think what is important for us is not to lose confidence. Let's work together. And also, like the insurance authority, the government is very open-minded. If you have suggestions and you have observed something that we need to improve, do let us know. We will give it serious consideration. And particularly now I'm preparing the budget, doing the consultation. When you give me ideas, not just on tax and finance, but also how to make more money for Hong Kong in terms of boosting our economy. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, FS, thank you very much. I think I just want to add one or two points about your views about how Hong Kong is so wonderful. I think everyone knows in Hong Kong, 40% of our land is used for country park. So that is fair to everyone, whether you're rich or poor. I always go to the country park on almost every Saturday, and I'm so happy there. And I was thinking that rich or poor, everyone can enjoy the facility. But anyway, it is only, I think there's so many beauty, traditional, nice Chinese food, wonton mee and all these bolo bao and all this are so good in Hong Kong. And actually, I was very lucky to join quite a few of these senior level global heads in Hong Kong insurance company together with VSS. And they all share the same message. They said that what they saw, what they heard in Hong Kong is totally different from what they read in the newspaper in the Western country. It's so sad because I was thinking that, I always say that in the past 3 years, some of our local media are not reliable. But now I found out that many of the Western media are also not reliable too. So sad. I was so happy because I'm a very strong supporter of Hong Kong. And I think that Hong Kong has so much beautiful things and nice people and very nice system and people are so friendly. And then it's sometimes really happy to see those most senior people in this global insurance company saying nice things about Hong Kong. And the contrast about what they saw and what they heard in the Western world. So it's really, I think this morning there's a lot of very strong message sent out that every one of us is part of the campaign to talk about the nice thing, the real Hong Kong. So I hope everyone will, at least you can tell this message when you leave this room. So thank you very much, FS. And then I can go to the third question. The third one is also important to all of us. It is about grooming local talents. So talent shortage caused by demographic changes and immigration trend will definitely damage the long-term development of Hong Kong. The government have estimated that there were some 140,000 jobs vacancy in Hong Kong, many of which are technical and managerial in nature. To me, I think this is good and bad because this is a golden opportunity because we always say that the younger generation are unable to move up the career ladder. So now we have 140,000 jobs in Hong Kong. So that would create a lot of opportunity for upward mobility of our younger generation. But it is also a threat for many business operations because of the shortage of skilled labor. The insurance industry is under stress to maintain service quality as a result of lack of experienced staff members. So we have been thinking about aggressive recruitment campaigns, accelerated promotion for capable person, and deferred retirement of aging staff. That would create some sort of interim relief. But obviously, grooming local talent in addition to attracting external talent is definitely the best way forward. So my question to you, FS, is in addition to attracting talents to work in Hong Kong, how would the government help to develop local talents?
Yeah, thank you, KP. I understand that the IA has also offered programs, management trainee programs, internship programs. The objective is help to train more local young people joining the industry, and there are also in-service training programs as well. I think, on the one hand, because of the huge shortage in manpower, almost across different industry, particularly in the financial services sector, we do need to launch bold measures to attract talents to come, to make it easier, say for example, for people in the disciplines that are short of talent to come work here. In the policy address, we have a couple of major schemes. One is for high-income earners, people earning at least 2.5 million Hong Kong dollar in remuneration per annum can come to Hong Kong to work. Graduates with not less than 3 years experience, graduates from the top 100 universities can come to Hong Kong to work. They do not need to secure a job offer beforehand. And also we have relaxed the talent admission scheme and also the other schemes. Hopefully, this would help us speed up our replenishment of the loss of talents and provide additional impetus to sustain our economic growth. Nowadays, quite a number of our universities have their campus on the mainland, basically in GBA area. Students there, after graduation, can come to Hong Kong to work. Well, but at the same time, we should not lose sight of training our own people, providing our young people with the needed opportunities. So the management program, the management trainees program, the internship program is one. In the other financial discipline, they also come up with program with the government, FSTB. We provide financial support for the industry to launch even more aggressive programs. And on this, I think there is also room for us to explore further cooperation with the industry to provide the needed support to encourage and educate the people that, in fact, insurance industry can offer excellent career. Talent is indeed very, very important for us, but the migration of people from Hong Kong, in terms of upward mobility, I have a statistics to support KP's observation about upward mobility, because when I look at the salaries tax receipts in 2022 to 23 financial year, it's basically maintained, whereas profits tax dropped by more than 20%. In other words, when people are leaving their job, there are someone who pick up the opportunities because there are still works need to be done. So I think let's work together to help our young people and to let them have better opportunities in our economic development. KP.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think the insurance industry is the most, people are so confused about the insurance industry, and they have a lot of misunderstanding about insurance. For example, we have difficulty in recruiting university graduates to work out in industry because in Hong Kong, when they see insurance, they always relate it to sales of life insurance policy. And then they relate to mis-selling, fraud. So this is really bad for us. So, but they actually don't know that there are so many different professional jobs and interesting jobs in the industry. So that's why my office is actually working with Hong FI. We are going to launch a campaign to let them know that there are actually different jobs in general insurance, in life insurance, other than sales. There's a lot of, just to name a few, for example, underwriting, claims, operations, actually, and marketing, and also a lot of other operation jobs. So they are all well paid. This is the most important for everyone. So we must educate not only the students, but also their parents. They must have some misunderstanding about our industry. They're so important. And so I think there's a lot of work that we need to do, and I really hope that the government can support us in this initiative to groom local talent to join the industry. And also, when we want to be really strong in the Belt and Road and also become a reinsurance center again, we really need those really talent for the big projects. So there's a lot of initiative we are going to launch to attract more technical and underwriting people to come to Hong Kong. But same as my question just now, I think as long as Hong Kong can develop into the best place to do business in the world, then everyone will come, not only capital, but also talents. So I know FS has to rush to another event very, very soon. So let me do my concluding remark. So Hong Kong is moving from order to prosperity. Despite prolonged disruption caused by the pandemic, gross insurance premium has risen, as you just mentioned, over 5% for the last 5 years, contributing stability and resilience against an external environment filled with uncertainties. I'm convinced that determined effort made by the government and the IA will turn the insurance industry into a pillar of strength for the financial service industry in Hong Kong. So thank you very much for your quick sharing this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, KP.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you.